In this video, I want to dive into probably one of the most burning questions that all survivors of narcissistic abuse have. Does the narcissist care now that you're gone? Do they miss you? If you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe. Okay, let's do this. Does the narcissist care that you're gone? Do they miss you? Do they have regret, remorse? All that stuff wrapped up into one. And that quick, easy answer for those that want instant gratification, yes and no. So there you are, superstar. Unfortunately, it's a tricky question to answer, and I'm going to explain why I find it difficult to answer. The first thing I want to explain is narcissism runs on a spectrum. We all, each and every one of us, have some narky traits and tendencies about us. There is a difference between narcissism, which we all have to a degree. Again, we all have some of those traits and tendencies, characteristics. There's a difference between that and narcissistic personality disorder, where all of those signs are there and to the absolute extreme. The reason it's hard for me to answer even more so is because there are 9 specific criteria that professionals are looking for when they sit down to evaluate somebody to see if they have narcissistic personality disorder. And somebody has to meet 5 out of the 9 criteria to be diagnosed as having narcissistic personality disorder. So you might be dealing with a person, unbeknownst to you, that has 3 out of the 9 traits that professionals are looking for, and therefore they rank a little bit lower on the scale. They're narky, but not to the absolute extreme. Maybe this person you're dealing with has 7 of the 9, and then it's, whoa, holy narcissist, Batman. We're all dealing with different people. We all have different experiences. We're processing things differently. Different things are happening. There are so many little caveats, intricacies, and variables that it's hard to give every specific person who is dealing with this the correct answer. It's really, really difficult to do. Those people who have the lower levels of narcissism do probably miss you to a certain degree. They are probably sad that things are over. The girl who is just a spoiled brat, yeah, probably misses you. The dude who's just kind of a tool probably has some bad feelings and might be a little bit sad that the relationship is over. Maybe they will legitimately miss you. Essentially, what I'm trying to say here is the more signs and the more traits of the actual disorder a person has, obviously the higher up on the scale they are, the higher it is on that spectrum. And that, the higher up the person goes, that's where it actually becomes no, they don't miss you. Not one little inch. What they miss is what you provided. I say this all the time. I'm like a broken record. To a true blue narcissist, you are a list of goods and services. And I promise you, I'll probably say that more than once throughout this video. If you'd like to talk one-on-one about what you're going through with a narcissist and get some help and support, you can email BookAChatWithJess@gmail.com for information on setting up private chats with me. Again, to someone truly narcissistic, if they could sit down with a professional and be diagnosed as having the disorder, you are not missed, flat out. You are a list of goods and services, see, told you we'd get here again, due to the narcissist. Once you're gone, you serve no purpose. They make it right in their mind why you left, why you're not around anymore. They make it okay. They justify their behavior, and a replacement is found. Think about, in so many cases, the narcissist already has our replacements chosen before we even get our walking papers, before there even is a discard. Or even if we are the ones who walk away, they just slot right down, right into the next person, like really nothing ever happened, with no time in between. How could someone have loved you if they can move on just so quickly and be with somebody else? How much are you actually missed? They're not self-reflecting. They're not looking into what happened in the relationship. I got discarded in mid-November, and before we were thawing out Mariah Carey to tell us who she wanted for Christmas, boom, all over social media. New girl, love of his life. This was eternity. This was forever. But wait, like 3 weeks ago, I was forever. And when something doesn't add up, something is bullshit. But I think a lot of what tricks people too is just those classic ways that really narcissistic people behave. We get told that we're missed when we get hoovered. Or even if we aren't told that, they say things like, oh, I'm sorry things didn't work out, but let's be friends. Let's keep in touch. Or they ghost you and you get no information. And when they come back, we kind of think of that as, oh, they've realized they've made a mistake. They're going to come back. Things are going to get better. Just because somebody comes back into our lives doesn't mean we're missed. When someone says, I miss you, it might not be true. With someone like this, even with moderate narcissistic tendencies, you pretty much can't believe anything they say. And there's always that really important thing to remember. A lot of the stuff I'm talking about is they say this, they say that, they say they miss you, they say let's be friends. Remember, actions speak louder than words. What is someone like this saying to you versus what are they actually doing? If those two things don't match, then something is amiss. Honestly, I think this is one of those questions that we all already have the answer to, and it's right in front of our faces. I do talk about variables and narcissism runs on a spectrum, but it's right in front of our faces. Let's just look at what it is. They don't treat us well. They move on fast. We feel like we don't matter because we don't. I think the real trouble here and the actual meat and potatoes of the situation is we're having trouble accepting what it is, accepting that we don't mean shit, accepting we are not special, we are not unique, we are not good enough because we're not. We are not special to this person. We are not good enough as far as this person is concerned. Someone is telling you those things when they treat you badly. Words versus actions. We're either not listening, we don't believe it, which is denial, or again, just refusing to accept it. What does it really matter whether or not they miss us? Who cares? I'll get back to that. I've come across so many people looking for answers. And again, I'm not here to sugarcoat shit because that's not how you heal. You just gotta face it, survivor. You have all the answers you need. You just don't like them, flat out. You know they're toxic. You know they suck. You know they do not treat you the way you deserve to be treated. I guarantee you know you don't even want them any damn way, but you are refusing to accept. You are stuck in that place in the grieving process. Denial is real. So is refusing to accept. Denial is the beginning of the grieving process, and accepting is the end of the grieving process. One of those last steps you're going to take. You're addicted, trauma bonded. Here's what I want to do now. Now that I've said what you already know, which is no, most of them do not miss you. Why do you care if they miss you? I really want you to sit down and think about it right now. Press pause. I'll wait. I'll be here all day. Why do you care if they miss you? Write down the question or just sit for a few minutes and think about it. You need to understand why you want to be missed. You need to understand why you care, whether or not they do or they don't. Why in this whole thing is this so important? What they do, what they don't do, doesn't matter one little fucking bit. It doesn't. It doesn't matter. What matters is why you are having these feelings. And you have to figure out what you need to do to move forward. I'm serious. Ask yourself, are you in denial? Are you refusing to accept what is? Are you trauma bonded? Are you still stuck in the fantasy? Are you stuck in shoulda, coulda, woulda, which is that fantasy, trying to make things correct? What is going on with you? Why do you care? If someone who treated you like this, like you were worthless, why are you now wondering if you have worth in their eyes? Ask yourself those questions. Figuring out the why is huge and extremely important. One of the best things you can figure out is why you even want to know these things in the first place. Tell me down in the comments if you think the narcissist misses us after things are all said and done. If you would like to support my work and what I do here on the channel, you can become a member of the Survivor's Army. There is a link for you to do that down in the description. Thank you so much for listening. Please like and subscribe if you haven't for more content. Have a great day, Survivor, and take care of yourself.